Hello and good afternoon, and welcome to Noonday Meditation and Contemplative Prayer Power Hour. My name is Martin Coward, and thank you so much for joining us today, where we gather together every day at noon, Monday through Saturday, to love and support each other through this pandemic. And make no doubt about it, we are living in a crisis like no other. It's every day is a new adventure. Every moment is a new drama. I don't know which one is going to be more dramatic than the next. Okay, so we just got to prepare ourselves for the next moment of drama. And the key is not to get pulled into the drama. And how do we know? If we're blaming. If we're blaming somebody else, we're pulled into the drama. And the problem with that is when we want to blame other people for the problem, we can't see the perfection of the world as it is. We create a human belief that the world is not good right now, that there's something bad. We've been bad. We're being punished by God. All kinds of dark, shadowy beliefs come out of crisis. But that's an illusion. It's a shadow coming from the light. The truth is that life, that light of life, that life force within us is shining brightly. And we need to come together and bring that up to full volume right now. We have got to shine our light as bright as possible. We don't want to blame the darkness for being dark. The dark is dark. The shadow is shadow. Our lights have created it, actually. The question is why? What's it for? How do we shine our lights brighter to create a more loving, a more compassionate planet, a more equitable planet? Hey, glad you're here with me today, Audrey, as we are creating a new world from our light and not from our darkness. We human beings have been creating a world from darkness, from the human side, for centuries. I believe since the beginning, and we are finally waking up to the truth that we are the light. You are the light. I am the light of the world. And we're always creating. We've created exactly what we've gotten today, and it's absolutely perfect. If you can understand that as creators, where the world is today, in this exact moment, is absolutely perfect. Perfect. Otherwise, it wouldn't be this way. I can't explain to you with my crazy little egoic mind that gets pulled into drama, because I want to make it bad. There's a part of me that wants to blame. It wants to blame the president. It wants to blame those other people over there. It wants to blame the Republicans. It wants to blame, and then it wants me to bring in the liberals. They're not doing enough. I can get so easily pulled into the drama because that's the way the human mind operates. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just that's the way we humans operate. And we've created so much of the environment by being unconscious of our creative abilities. And the point is for us to wake up and become conscious of our creative nature so we can create a new earth, a new economic system, new social structures for the benefit of every single human being, including the Republicans that you want to blame. There is no other. There is only we. There is only one. Many humans, one being. And some humans do behave pretty bad, but all humans behave badly. I haven't met one that didn't, including myself. So the question is, what are we creating now? We have a choice. We can create more darkness. We can, by blaming people and pointing my finger and say, shouldn't do this and they shouldn't do that. Or we can just let go of all that story, all that drama, whether it's on the large stage or even in our individual lives. We make up stories about things. Things happen. My husband and I got in a fight over the weekend for last weekend because the drain got plugged up in the tub in the shower, and he blamed me. It's your fault. I said it's not anybody's fault. It's the nature of plumbing. Sometimes they get backed up, and we have to unplug them. It's the nature of life. It's all an illusion anyway. Everything you see is an illusion. I tell that to somebody, one said, you can't believe that the killing of George Floyd was an illusion. I don't mean that it didn't happen. I mean the story we make up about it is the illusion. It happened. It happened. It's tragic. It's painful. Painful for his family, the beautiful man, and it shouldn't have happened. But it did. And what we have to be careful of is we can get out in the streets and we can protest because it's wrong, it's injustice, good thing. But don't get pulled into the drama of it, and don't get pulled into the darkness. Be the light. Be the light. Be the peaceful protester who says, this is unacceptable in my world, because we are loving people. We don't kill people. We love them. We love them. And that's what we're creating now. We're always creating as our nature. That's the life force in us. The life force within us is always creating. It is its nature. And the ego and the dark force in us is always going to be dark. It's its nature. It's the shadow of the light. So we as human beings sit in this wild paradox between the two. We sit in the paradox between heaven and earth. Nothing, formless, creativity, light, the only thing that's real, and then the illusion of shadow called the earth. And this is what it is. But the beauty is we have a choice. We have that creative nature. And when we wake up to that power, we wake up to the nature of who we are and what we are, we have the power to change the world. And that's what we're doing right this minute, right this moment. It's not out there being happening. It's happening with us right now. In the middle of this horrible storm. Chaos, right? God comes to us in the chaos and in the struggling. I don't know why. I can't tell. I know it's damn uncomfortable. Painful. Damn painful. One more painful thing after another. What's really painful to me, more painful than anything right now, are the people who are gullible. People who believe the con, who believe the lie, who believe the darkness, who can't see the darkness because their own light is so hidden. So it's for those of us who are awake, those of us who are awakened to the truth of who and what we are. It's not even an obligation. It's because that's what we are. We can't do anything else. I can't do anything else than what I'm doing right this moment. I guess I could choose not to. I guess I could get up in the morning and say, oh, screw all this. I'm not doing anything else again. I'm just going to sit over here and be mad. But I actually can't. That's the wild thing about it. This morning I got up early and I was in a cranky mood. And I took my husband to the train station, and I took my dog over to this beautiful conservatory, a beautiful piece of land not far from my house, where we go walk the woods. And I just felt the spaciousness. I felt the aliveness of nature. And then I read a little bit about St. Francis, and I just woke up and I was like, why am I stuck in this little dark pity party over here? Mad because the world's not happening fast enough and quick enough to suit me. I don't know. I don't know anything, and I don't control anything except my light. I have a choice, and you have a choice to create from light or to create from darkness. The world has gone on. We've created a very toxic world with very unjust systems, economic systems, and social systems. We human beings created that, the human side of the being. And now it's time to wake up the being in us, the light, and create from there. It's a lot more fun and a lot more exciting because we're doing it. Isn't it more fun? We want it to happen faster. So turn the light up fast. Turn your heart up higher with forgiveness and empathy and compassion for those who don't know better, for those who are ignorant. Jesus said from the cross in his agony, Father, forgive them. They do not know what they do. There is so much ignorance. Don't get mad at the ignorance for being ignorant. They're just ignorance. It's just ignorance. It's darkness. They can't see the light because they're stuck in darkness. And thank God we're not. I'm not. And I have an obligation, a joy, and an excitement to bring more light into this world. And that's exciting. That's an exciting way to be. So what are you creating today? What are you creating today? What is the world you want to create today in this moment? I want to create one. I just want more light in the world. I want to create more light, more love, more joy, more prosperity. I want to create the truth. I want to live in the truth. I want to create a world that embodies the truth of the moment. That life is precious. Everything is a miracle or nothing is a miracle. Maybe it's both. Maybe everything that you see in form is created out of the nothingness. So it's all a miracle. It's all a miracle. The shadow and the light. That is the miracle of life. Is the shadow and the light, the dark and the light. And we have a choice. We have a choice. Those of us who've wakened up to the light have a choice, a joy, and an excitement around sharing that light with the rest of the world. And it's a practice too. It's a big practice. It doesn't just come easy because I can say this, we can so easily get trapped into, I turn on the news and I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? But I have had this practice long enough where I just don't go into that anymore so much. I just don't. We have a choice. We have a choice. And as business owners, as entrepreneurs of the planet, as stewards of life, as stewards of the planet, we have an opportunity to do something miraculous. And there's a gigantic movement around the planet. There's only a handful of us here on this particular moment, on this particular cost. But there are millions of people around this planet whose hearts are opening wider and brighter and more loving. And we are co-creating a world of joy and prosperity and abundance. What are you creating today? What are we creating today? What are you and I creating today? Kind of exciting, isn't it? Let's meditate. Let's meditate. Let's meditate. And that's how we create, by the way. Meditation and contemplative prayer is getting into that intimate relationship with the divine light within ourselves to create from that place, to manifest, to bring into creativity that light in the world. We create through prayer. Prayer is the action, getting still, letting go of our egoic beliefs and opinions about how things should or shouldn't be, and get still and listen for that creative power within us to guide us into the next moment and into the next moment and into the next moment. It was so interesting this morning as I take these trails over in these woods, and I don't know where they're going, really. I don't know quite. I kind of have a sense of where they're going. So I got off one today. I was thinking, I hope it loops back around to where I get out of here. And I noticed myself feeling the fear of uncertainty. I don't know where this is going. And I felt fear. Like, here I am in this beautiful woods, and I was beginning to feel, I said, Martin, let go of the fear. You're going to get out of here. You're going to be on your broadcast at noon. But I went into this sort of like, where am I going? Where am I going to end up? Is this going out the right direction, the wrong direction? I don't know. But I could feel the fear of uncertainty in a simple walk in the woods. And I chose to let go of that fear of uncertainty and trust in the presence of the divine all around me to guide me out of the woods. And guess what? Here I am. Here I am. Here will be a year from now. And I'm feeling pretty sure. I'm feeling pretty sure that we're going to have leadership in this country, in this world, coming from light. Because light will prevail. Love always prevails over darkness. Light always prevails over the shadow. I don't know when, how, or what's going to happen along the way, but I am certain that light is going to prevail. It's the only power that exists. Everything else is an illusion of the human mind. It's a temporary story, a temporary belief, a temporary thought. We cling to them as if they're true. I had a friend of mine this morning tell me he was talking about tell me some horror story in Atlanta that in this fancy neighborhood, and everybody's required to carry a gun, and then the guy told him that he went out to try to buy some ammunition, and there was no ammunition, and then I said, you know what that means? It means there's no ammunition. I don't know what it means. I can make up two stories. I can make up a story that says there's a whole bunch of people going to kill people, or we're just out of ammunition. I don't know what's going to happen because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. But I don't want to sit here in darkness thinking about what could happen. I don't know. None of us know, actually. None of us know. But we do know one thing. When we're awake, we're awake. We have a lot of power. We have a lot of creative power to make a difference in this world. Each person has that light. And even those that you look at that seem pretty dark and unkind and cruel, somewhere inside that human is a being of light. And if you can shine your light bright enough, you might help others find the light in themselves that they've gotten lost from. Again, don't blame them for being dark. That's the human nature. We've gone decades of darkness and toxicity, waxing and waning more or less than others. I don't know how this is going to turn out. And I do know how it's going to turn out too. You do too. Because love will always prevail. And the light will always prevail over the darkness. But we have a responsibility not to get pulled into the darkness. And it's so easy. And that's why I come here. That's why I do this, is to help others, help myself not get pulled into the darkness by speaking it, talking it, sharing it, sharing when I feel myself getting pulled into the darkness. Yep. Let's meditate. Again, I'm going to say this to you. If you're fairly new at this, meditate. It doesn't really matter so much what I have to say or don't say. That's all an illusion too. It's just what I said in the moment, and it's just once it's said, it's gone. It's just gone. But there's a deeper truth in you, and the more you get to know that truth, the lighter, the brighter your light, and the more power you'll have to create the world you want to live in from that light. So don't have a relationship with the divine within you through me or anybody else, quite frankly. Have your own intimate relationship. Have your own loving relationship with the divine within you. And that's what meditation and prayer is. It's to let go of all those beliefs, all those opinions, all those judgments you have about the world, about me, everything. Hold on to nothing. Let everything go. It's all an illusion. And it's not. Look around. Look around at the beauty and the vastness and the abundance around you right now. And get still. Allow your mind to quiet. The mind loves to create conflicts. And let them go. Try not to judge the ones that are good and the ones that are bad because they feel better. They're all illusions. They're all stories. Allow the sound of the bell and the sound of my voice to wake you up because you went into an illusion. You went into a thought. We all do that in meditation. I know I caught myself in one just then. I think we got it. The ego is not smart, but it's clever. Let it go. Wake up. Drop the thought, drop the story, let it go, and fall back into nothingness. Fall back into spaciousness. Fall back into heaven. Wake up. Wake up from your illusion. Wake up from your thought. Wake up from your story. Fall back into the only thing that's real, and that's the life within you and me. Infinite love, consciousness, formless. Oh, you're so welcome, dear friend. And yes, you're helping me in many ways. It's a reciprocity of love, Audrey. My heart opens when you come on and shine your light in the space with me, even though it's virtual. I experienced your light and the love of your heart and your big, beautiful heart. And the world needs this right now. It needs us to shine our light on the darkness, because it's so easy to get pulled into the darkness by blaming and casting. We can't blame the darkness for being dark. We just have to shine our light on it. And thank you for joining me, because it's not easy. It's not easy. It's hard, because we want to be angry. It's painful. Having people shot, 200,000 plus 210,000 people dead, it's painful. It takes a lot of courage and resilience and a bright heart and a huge, enormous love to not get pulled into that darkness. So you're helping me in many ways. So thank you for saying that. Thank you. I love the acknowledgement of it. But we are in this together. And just the handful of people that come here, that The light is so much brighter. The power is so much greater than the darkness, because that's where the power is. What are we creating today? We're creating a world of love and joy and prosperity and truth from our hearts, from that creative spark within us. And that is exciting. That is an exciting way to be, an exciting way to live. And we don't do it alone. We do it with each other. It's just too hard. You know, I'll share one more story, then we'll close out. And that is, you know, I spent 9 months at Ground Zero after 9/11 in that little chapel across the street, taking care of people who were basically digging up the remains of those who died and cleaning up the mess. Sacred, sacred, sacred space. And I was reminded of the pain of that event constantly, from a mother or a husband or a wife who came to sit in the silence of that chapel, often after they had found the remains of their loved one. And I can't put my finger on it exactly, but there was a sense of love, pure love, healing energy that came into that space on a regular, every time there was something bigger than either one of us that would come into presence by just simply being together and shining light on all that darkness. And that's what we're called to do right now in this world, is to be bearers of the light, bearers of love, bearers of creativity. And it's a hard thing to do sometimes. And people would often ask me, how do you do it every day? How do you go down there every single day and all that chaos and all that ruin and destruction? I said, you know, it's hard to leave, quite frankly, because there is a power bigger than all of that is in that chaos, that's in that struggling, that's in that pain. And that's the power that's in the world right now. We are healing humanity at the core by shining the light on the darkness. We are healing humanity at the core. We are wounded, fearful beings, humans. And we are healing the human by reconnecting ourselves to our being, to our light. And it feels better, doesn't it? No matter what's going on out there, it feels better. That's how it would feel at Ground Zero. No matter what was going on out there and how tragic and how uncomfortable it was. I can say this: we would look at things like the going on, people going to war, and we think, wow, they want to create more destruction. They're not going to create anything better by being more darkness. But we were in the light. We were in the healing, and I'm so grateful. I'll always be grateful for the opportunity I got to have to be in that space at that time in the history of human evolution. To be that close to that big wound and be so healed myself and healing others. This is how we heal. We are healing the planet. We have a wounded planet, and we are healing each other. We're healing ourselves by coming together here at noon to just be still and let go of our drama, and let go of our stories. Feel into the pain. It's real. It hurts. Yep. But it's all we can do. All I can do. So, thank you for joining me today. And may love and prosperity. Anything else you want to say before we sign out? I'm just so glad you're here. Looking at everybody leaves when I meditate. So the fact that you stayed through the meditation is always nice. So it may just be you and me right now talking. So glad you're here. Really glad you're here. Always good to see your name. I feel the essence of your big, beautiful heart always when you're around. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. And give my best to your wife, will you? Okay. May love and prosperity prevail.